CISO Choice Awards Vendor Recognition with Richard Stiennon.
Hi, I'm Richard Stiennon. I'm talking with Travis Stanfield, who is co-founder and CEO of Stacklet. Welcome, Travis.
Thank you, Richard. It is a pleasure talking to you today.
Hey, Travis, I'm anxious to learn about the whole concept of compliance as code.
Yes, so this is an exciting paradigm shift for which we are the thought leaders. Really what we are allowing for our security and cloud engineering teams to codify and automate the governance standards that are at the heart of the organization. So the reason why this is important is one misconfiguration in the cloud can cost a company significantly. This can be both in the form of a monetary loss as well as perhaps some reputational damage. And really the key thing that we don't want organizations to have to do is choose between enforcing their standards and allowing their developers to move fast and be as productive as possible. So what the net result is a very frictionless experience, a self-service kind of model for developers and more rapid cloud adoption for the organization.
Now, Stacklet uses a fairly familiar model now of being, a product layered on top of an open source solution. Give us some history of open source for creating, crowdsourced compliance as code.
Yeah, so our open source has been around for several years. It has traction across a number of different verticals, manufacturing, healthcare, fintech, retail. We tend to see the challenges around cloud governance happen at a certain level of scale where, the development teams are moving really rapidly, and perhaps the teams that are working on the governance are a bit outnumbered. They don't want to say no. They want to enable those development teams to move fast, but they need a tool such as Cloud Custodian to really help them go as fast as they possibly can.
What's your feel for how many people are using Cloud Custodian today?
It's thousands of organizations. We have over 300 contributors to the open source. We've got 1,700 some odd members in chat. It is a vibrant, diverse, and growing community.
And then the actual code, so somebody basically creates some code, I assume it's scripting of some sort, around particular compliance requirements. So thou shalt log all access to this kind of application. And then they make that publicly available and other people implement it. Is that how it works?
You got it. Yeah. At the core, our open source language is domain specific, YAML, very approachable and human readable. And the policies, the best practices all follow a very similar pattern. You query the cloud control plane for a particular resource of interest. You may filter based on some criteria to determine whether or not that resource or those resources are adherent or not to your best practices. And then if they're not, you can take some level of action. That can be a notification, that can be a remediation. It can also be an integration that meets your teams where they live, such as Jira or Slack or email, and do so in a way that, especially on the Stacklet side, does not create alert fatigue. It can, let's say, be aggregated to a weekly or monthly type summary that is much more consumable and actionable.
Now, I know there are dozens of product vendors that have cloud posture management solutions that are checking all of this stuff, but I assume they're just giving you kind of the raw, hey, this is this way and this is that way. How does Stacklet interface with those to help make sense out of everything they're reporting?
Yeah, certainly there's one area in so much as we offer a very vibrant remediation option because we make action a first-class citizen in our domain-specific language. So we allow you to basically fine grain and take the right kind of action that's for your organization. Also, we give you insights and automation, certainly getting continuous compliance and insights into how to be more compliant and secure is an important challenge in the cloud. It's one that we're solving through our real-time asset database and through our platform. And then, as mentioned, meeting those teams where they live to optimize the business processes that may need to be in place in order to appropriately remediate and take the level of action that the organization really demands.
Got it. So how do people get a hold of you if they want to investigate further?
It's very easy. Come to our website, stacklet.io, fill out a request form. We will get back to you right away, and then we'll be off to the races.
Beautiful. Thank you, Travis. Been a pleasure talking to you and learning about code or compliance as code.
Thank you, Richard. Likewise, really appreciate the time and look forward to talking to you again soon.
Cool.
Stay tuned for more from CISO's Connect.